Is there any sound? Sorry. I had to push my button. I'm sorry. But you can see, well, when I first went live, said go live, it didn't go. So the errors occurred. Thank you. Sorry. The audio thing was my fault. Lord. Anyways, 2024, right? It's almost over. Let me see what I have in here. I saw Butterfly early on. Fish Sticks, I saw you. I saw Miss Sharon. She's in charge. Huckleberry is probably on Amazon or is going to be saying things here in the chat that, hey, Katrina, how are you? Good to see you. If I miss anyone, I'm sorry. Casey Smalls, good to see you. I see you. Glad you called alive. I'm glad you're here. Let me see. TT1's in the house. I'm afraid I'm going to miss somebody. Colleen, how are you? Anyone I miss? PSA, actually. Okay. So anyways, if you have something for me, put it in all caps because obviously I don't know what I'm doing today. I'm brand new at this. I don't know. But I don't have a whole lot to talk about. Y'all got something to talk about? Please bring it. To, of course, everything's about the election and everything. Everybody's holding their breath for Tuesday. My take is, be aware, but it doesn't need to change what you're supposed to be doing. I don't know. Just don't get hyper focused on that and still be doing what you're supposed to be doing. Don't forget, we're still in the land of the living and we still have to live our life and so much to be grateful for. Speaking of that, here we are. Those who celebrate, Thanksgiving, however you want to look at it, it's a family time. You can reflect on the past year, what you have to be thankful and grateful for. Even when things are hard and you're struggling, there are things to be grateful for. Every day there's something to be grateful for. And it should be, even as a time to reflect on that, because sometimes we have to remind ourselves and each other of those things, even the small things, because we can get bogged down with so much negative, and that's the world around us right now. So we'll see. Let me see what everybody was saying in here. I saw somebody, TT1. I really think it was Michigan and Georgia that said, oh, we may not have our results for 12 days or something like that. Or at least they won't call it. I don't know. Yes, Thistle Moon, me too. Hey, if I didn't see you earlier. I'm just kind of done. Like, I'm just tired of hearing it. It's just like one of those things. It's like, I'm just tired of it. I just, I agree with that. I am just the commercials and the ads and this on and on. It's ridiculous. Hey, Mary Miles, how are you? Hey, Dusty, how are you? I'm just kind of over it. I'm just, it's just one of those. And then they have all these other distractions, those Hollywood distractions. You know what we're talking about. I'm just done. And don't forget, because this month, if we feel like there's that heavy weight on us, I don't know, just don't lose your focus. And I'm not saying people get on to me, I get the nasty grams, you're not supposed to go vote. I'm not saying you do what's best for you, go vote. Especially your local stuff, go vote. You do what it is, but don't, I don't know. No man is going to come save us all. That's all I have to say about that. Y'all know me. When I say. Yeah. Oh, yes, TT1, all that. Again, that could be distractions as well. It's nonstop. They always do something. And then you have all this hype. They're going to do this. They're going to release that. They're going to say that. Yeah, I'm still waiting for the other list too. Yeah, none of that. Nothing happens. Anyways, I did. Oh, those of you who are in warmer climates, and we are unusually warm still. October, November, we are unusually warm still. And so we have one last raised bed that we put some things in. I think Huckleberry have to correct me if I'm wrong in case I forget something. I know we did bok choy, broccoli, red cabbage, spinach, and I'll probably put some pictures up later. I have a big overgrowth one that we're about to harvest our sweet potatoes. I pulled the last of my green onions yesterday. So again, we're focusing on that I kept some of the green onions, and then some of them were in the dehydrator overnight. And, again, that's doing the things, putting food away for another day, just in case. That's what's going on. So I hope you guys are still, I don't know. I do get a lot of things, and I worry that people are getting, the closer this selection day comes, people are almost getting frozen. They're just like it's just almost paralyzing to them. And you're going to have to shake that. I know. I mean, like that. You just cannot. And I think that after things pass, they announce, they claim, they declare, whatever, that's when in certain areas regionally, I think people are going to come unglued. That is more my concern than who's in the seat. Sorry, because it doesn't matter who they place in the seat. There's still going to be chaos. That's right. Hey, fish sticks. Hey, Montana and Anna. Yeah, it's just, this is just a historical type thing of what they're doing, in my opinion. Hey, Sergeant Deacon. That's all right if you're late. I had a whole mix up. You should have been here at the beginning. I'm brand new to this. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, Colleen, you got a great grandbaby coming. Oh, I know. They come when they want to, I think. But then, nature knows what it's doing. Let's see. This will mean you've got some stuff in the garden too. Yep. See, I mean, there's still some, in certain areas that still go. And again, I tell you all this all the time. I know I say it over and over and over. Even if you're just growing herbs all year round inside, grow you some herbs or something. The ones, especially a lot of them. And one of the pots I threw some garlic into, we peeked by today. I was like, oh, the garlic's popping up. And we had completely ignored and forgotten about it. And sometimes that's the way it goes. Sometimes I'll pamper and love and baby certain things, and they struggle. If I ignore them, they do great. That's just the way it goes. Hey, Carrie, how are you? Hey, Tracy, how are you? Yeah, head on a swivel. Always watch your six. Be aware of your surroundings. I'm big on, not lollygagging anywhere you don't need to be or whatever. But I'm get back on the farm. We don't live underneath a rock or anything. But especially when things start getting crazy in the world and things. I've said this the other day. I think things are going to normally, anyways. And I used to work in ER, and I know a lot of people in law enforcement, different things. And around the holiday stretch, it's crazy, anyways. There's nonsense and crime and just all over anyways. And so for this to be in that time, I think through this winter is when things are going to be touchy. Hey, Laura, how are you? Hey, Michigan, how are you? Good to see you. Ridge Runner, how are you? Yeah, that's how I kind of am. I'm just doing what we got to do. Mainly is I don't want to hear it, and I know you kind of know, like, the rollout afterwards is going to be one style or another, and how the nonsense may play, because either way, I think there's going to be chaos, and that is what you need to be ready for and lay low and avoid certain things depending on where you're at. That could be a problem. Yes, I do. There's a big thing about frequencies, even all the way down to like grounding sheets or grounding mats. We have grounding sheets on our bed, and there is, I may get a strike, whatever. Look up a Rife machine, or you can email me about that. There's different frequencies and what that was. Look up a Rife machine. But yes, and I have used that and those frequencies, and it can be no joke. Like I almost could not walk or function after them when I was treating really, really, really severe Lyme disease. and I went the natural route, and that was one of the things I used. And there's the big C they show. There's lots of videos you can look up, and it shows what it does, the different frequencies, what it does. Yes. So yes, and as the short. But look that up. If you can't find it, send me an email and I'll get it to you. Hey Tiger, how are you? I don't know how far back I am. Garlic planted yesterday. That's awesome. Tiger, yeah, I was just talking about that. Hey Rabbit, how are you? Kill it and grill it. How are you? Oh, drive safe. I do that all the time. I'm driving or doing something. I have to listen. Anyways, I said what I said. I'm up here trying to help people. Probably not, though. We'll see. If I'm gone for a week or two, that's what's going on. You know, but email me. I would never be able to do a video and put it up here on it. But whatever. It is what it is. Oh, a couple things. I'm trying to think of anything to bring up. I don't know what it was last week. Speaking of the times coming up, you know, I think that we can be more reactive and stressed and everything like that. Somebody hit us in the parking lot at Publix. It was not my finest moment or day. We were laying on the horn. They just backed up right on top of us. And it was, I was pretty reactive. Really, I was. But when we were laying on the horn, the guy didn't even look, and I was angry. My kiddos were in the car, and I was upset. But again, I mean, it ended up working out okay. But I don't know. Just be mindful. Don't be so reactive. Like, don't be so. I mean, I was, and I'm usually not very reactive. That's Huckleberry's thing. Huckleberry's the Irish guy, and he's reactive, and I keep that balance. But anyways. There it is. Oh, yes. So, yeah, I put my email up there. Thank you, Miss Sharon. No, Nancy West. I was surprised you got notifications because I don't remember who it was. Maybe it was the 4 Horsemen, or I don't remember. It was some live last week, I believe. Maybe it was roaming. I don't know. It sent me a notification like 17 minutes into it, and then one of them was like 7. It was like 2 different times in 1 week. And then another one, it was like 7 minutes after it ended. It sent me a notification. So don't rely on the notifications. Let me see. Sergeant Deacon. The neck and lower back. Oh, yeah. Also, it depends on what you have. It depends on what you have. Okay, so like what I'm about to say, you know, don't put all your personal details up here, but sometimes TENS machines can work, TENS machines, but it depends on what you have. So don't just jump on and get that. You're welcome to email me, though. Hey, the Shady Zone, how are you? Lunch break. I'm glad you popped in. Welcome. I haven't had it, but the Publix parking lot is always a problem. We hear all the time when we're in there. We hear people that crunch, and we hear the guy's car was way worse than ours. But it just aggravated me because it was obviously careless. He didn't even look. We were laying on the horn. He still was just like, I'm just going to back up right on top of you, and busted the brake light out of my truck. I was jumping out ready to fight. But anyways, I did. I felt bad afterwards. I was like, Lord, please forgive me because I was very reactive. And I just was. Because my kids were in the car, and it was just one of those things like, you didn't hear nor see us at all. There's absolutely no possible way. I haven't had that happen. But you can lurk, listen and lurk in Michigan. I have to do that often. Thanks for putting up a Miss Sharon about the merch. And anyone about the merch, and I've had emails, and I am waiting stuff on myself. And I contacted the creator also. I was like, have you heard anything? Spring is still delayed. As far as I know, they had some of the facilities they do stuff in were damaged by the hurricanes, and they were having to move into other facilities, and they were behind. So that's what it is. I did have people asking me about, hey, merch I ordered, and that happened. So if it's delayed, that's the only information I've gotten from Spring. But anyways, so that happened. That was that weird thing that kind of happened. Thank God nobody was hurt. Again, I had to do my thankful situations when we got hit, and Lord forgive me for being reactive to that man. But I mean, and see if I don't get real worked up. So if I ever, unless it's my kiddos, if anybody ever, oh my gosh, I'll go to prison. If I get reactive and if I get, you know, worked up, Huckleberry's usually real calm. Or he's like, man, you're on your own with that. I'm sorry. There's no off switch with her if that happens, because it rarely happens, but he was very calm. So, um, let's see. I'm trying to leave Sergeant Deacons. Yeah. Have you looked at a good chiropractor? I believe firmly in chiropractors. That would be a go-to thing first for me. They're going to try to align you correctly, but you got to do what's best for you. That would be my first, or my next step, I should say, after all this. And they're going to try to fix that correctly without I'm trying to give you medication just to band-aid that this is making you feel bad and not correct the problem. That's my opinion. I don't know. So moving on. Today, I'll put pictures up in my community tab, even though the pictures do it no justice. Huckleberry was outside working in our raised bed things. We're putting some more together, so they'll be up. And then we put like a cover crop and things through the winter, so it replenishes the soil and all that. And he heard something that sounded like just those little personal, I call them crop duster planes, the little planes that people have. That he heard that, and it wasn't. And I saw him out the window kind of pointing and looking, and I was like, what's going on? And I ran out there, and there was this huge, was not a little personal one that you can buy, when you say huge, it's a drone outside. It was a white drone. It wasn't like the 4-point ones, like the little ones that, well, not little, but I mean, they can be big, but still little compared to this. Was up, and it was flying like this grid pattern over top of us. I have no idea. We don't have storm damage up here, like how some still have it in like Milton or the Appalachian up in Eastern North Carolina, Western North Carolina, Eastern Tennessee. We don't have any of that. I don't know. I want to know if anyone's seen it. It was huge. It was white. And it was just flying over. It looked bigger than anything that somebody would say, oh, somebody has a personal drone. It was higher than that. It was a huge white one. It was flying like back and forth, like almost like a grid pattern over us. Again, I'll put pictures up. You probably won't be able to tell in the pictures, but we got the best we can trying to get our phone out while he was out there doing stuff and get it. It was really strange. And if you didn't look up and see, you would just think, oh, that sounds like one of those little crop duster planes. That's kind of how it sounded. I don't know. Have y'all seen anything we've never seen anything like that around here. And we're so rural, so I don't know what they're doing. I was like, oh, they're out here by these rural people to see what we have. I mean, what are they looking for? What are they doing? I don't know. We've never seen anything like that around here before. Have you, in your area, wherever you live, ever seen anything like that? Hey, KP, good to see you always, sir. I don't know. We've never seen it. It kind of weird. Hey, Billy boy, good to see you. I've never seen anything like that. It kind of weirded me out a little bit because it was just one of the, I don't know, something about like drones and that stuff. It seems like that, even though they've been around for a while now, it just kind of seems that like kind of futuristic, sci-fi futuristic movie stuff, what they're doing. I don't know. I just took note of what's going on. What are they looking for? What are they taking imaging of? I don't know. We just haven't seen it. We have had, and we're not underneath the bases or anything. We were in North Carolina more. Helicopter. And depending on where you live, you're going to see, choppers. You may see military. You may see different, if you live right near an airport, you see that. Over here, we don't. Oh yeah, all the little planes. And this definitely was not a plane. You could tell it was not manned by anybody. It wasn't that size. It was one of these big white drones, like the ones you've seen in like, I don't know. We've seen them. Huckleberry looked up some images and he was like, this is kind of what it looked like. Maybe just weird. Anyways, are y'all still there? My screen just went completely black on my stream you're in, hopefully. So, Sergeant Dick, you tried chiropractors, massage, physical therapy, injections, needling, acupuncture. Oh, okay. Okay. So you've been down. They've sent you all over. Yeah, I mean, you can try it. Send me an email and we'll see exactly. Because I used to work orthopedics and stuff. Of course, listen to your doctor and first and foremost, read my disclaimer, YouTube, all that type of stuff. But I'll talk to you. We'll see. Let's see what Shady Zones, Color Springs. Oh, yeah. Yeah, when we lived in North Carolina, we were around a lot of bases, and it was constant. It was constant military jets at all hours, and they would go so low and do all those maneuvers and practices, and it would shake the house. And they were always there, and choppers and all that. We don't have the air, the airspace over here and around us is quiet. Like we rarely have the sky spraying stuff around here. We rarely ever have that. And I'm sorry, it's buffering. Is it still buffering? It did black off. Is it still messed up? That's Elon. I don't know. Sorry guys. If it gets too bad, I'll cut it off. But we don't have the sky spraying in North Carolina. It was covered. It was covered almost every single day and night. It was nonstop. Thank you, Miss Sharon. It's probably that drone, right? But right before the day before and the day of the eclipse, it was bad. It was like a grid pattern. And then before we had those hurricanes, the skies were like that. And so yesterday there were some, and then a little bit today. So leading into that, I don't know if you've been watching, especially if you're not down in the southern area, there's those storms that they're watching 3 of them. Raphael's the one that's coming up next, and they're saying, I think they'll know their more direct path in 4 days. I did see the latest update of that model where they were projecting they're projecting more. Some of the models are projecting more that it would probably hit Florida. I think Sarah's behind that one. Patty went off into the Atlantic somewhere. It may end up hitting because if you look, a lot of those storms are going over Spain and Italy. They're doing all that stuff over there. So I don't know, because we're seeing as soon as I noticed yesterday, I'm like, oh, okay, they're spraying. I was kind of expecting something's going to end up coming, because we just don't see it here in North Carolina. It was a odd day if you saw the sky without it. So I don't know. We shall see. Thank you. Audio's good. Yeah, we don't. So, growing up, hurricane season, because I've always lived in Hurricane Alley, it was like June 1st to September. And then many years ago, they extended it was June 1st to October 1st. And now they had said this year, when everything was going, that they expected us to have winter hurricanes. And I have not had winter hurricanes. Yes, I know. I know the poles are shifting. I know there's cyclic things that go on with Earth. I'm aware. I do. And but some things are just strange with all this. But no, this is not normal. Can there things ever happen? Sure, anything can happen. But this isn't normal. What's going on? And I'm so over it. Like, I am over it. We're used to hurricanes. So in hurricane season, we're used to it. You just know, and you watch things. But the way these have been coming, and this many that have been coming, and how they've been, has been ridiculous. Is it really bad, Huckleberry? Is it still bad, the internet? If it gets bad, guys, I'll just cut this off, because I don't want y'all to sit here, and I know when it's buffering and stuff, it keeps on popping up like the signal's bad. So let me know. I don't know. So we have the hurricane stuff. I'd like to know how all of you are doing. Right? It's fine here. Okay, thanks, Rambit. I don't know. It keeps popping up back and forth, and I hate that for you. We used to never have an issue. Remember when we didn't have an issue, and then the carrier we had, they said, "Oh, we don't care. We don't cover you anymore. Even the towers were there. We don't cover you. Sorry. Find something else. You can get out of your contract. Or if you're not even in contract, find somewhere else." And then the only thing we have, Starlink, which is expensive to set up, and I think it like doubled or tripled our monthly amount. And we have to have it because Huckleberry works remote. And if I was going to do any of this, that's how it's going to be. Because when I didn't have it, it was taking 10 hours to upload a 10-minute video. It was ridiculous. Miss Sharon, I can't do nothing with Huckleberry. I don't know what to tell you. Thank you, Sergeant Deacon. Jeremy, get your boy. I appreciate it. I'm okay. Thanks. That's what it is. Cackles. Oh my gosh. You talk about a bad frequency. Oh man, that's like worse than I cannot. Even if she was just this wonderful person, I cannot deal with her voice and cackles. I cannot. Oh my God. See what I'm talking about? See why I have to be like even and kill and calm. Hey, Lilacs. Welcome. Oh my God. Wait, let me just put this on record. It's a public service announcement. We do not stock Vienna sausages or Spam. We don't stack that. No, we don't. I don't think it's real food. My body would go into complete shock and just give up and say, what have you done? This must be the end. She's eating Vienna sausages or Spam. That's what I'm saying, Miss Sharon. If I don't ever come back, it's because Huckleberry was in there running his mouth. Oh, anyways, this is what I put up with all the time, guys. That's how he is. But he keeps me laughing. So, mystery meat, exactly. I don't think that's real. That is beyond. That may be the original first thing of lab meat. I don't know. They just didn't say it. I don't know. I don't need it at all. I don't stack it. I don't need it. I would eat pine cones over that. He's absolutely right. I would. I'm not eating it. I would have to go without. I said, this is the way the Lord wanted me to go, but I'm not eating that. That's just me. I mean, I guess you could use it as a weapon. Just chunk that thing at somebody. I don't know. No, Thistle Moon. No, come back. Don't eat that. They call it Lee. Yeah, see? Not me. I honestly, like a lot of things when I see that stuff, I'm like, and I see people who do eat it and everything, and I am generally asking, like, doesn't it make you feel sick? Like, it doesn't give you symptoms or make you feel bad? My body would go into shock if I dared to ever eat something like that. I think, like I said, I think the worst I ate was like, and back then it wasn't even the same. It was like fried bologna sandwiches. Y'all know, back in the 80s, we ate fried bologna sandwiches. Oh my God. You know, they may, Huckleberry. Maybe we'll do a video on that and he'll give it a shot. No, yeah, TT1, don't do it. Shady Zone, are you serious? You eat Spam? What it like? Okay, in all seriousness, is like Spam? Isn't that just it's even worse than hot dogs, right? It's right. I mean, it's just is it real food? Is it real meat, like scraps of it and everything? I think that's gross. Parts is parts. It's just gonna be. That's how I had to go. I'll do my 40 days, 40 nights of fasting before I eat that. Oh my gosh. Nope, I don't. But anyways, y'all enjoy if y'all eat your Vienna sausages and Spam. That's going to be the modern. They got dysentery from Vienna sausages and Spam. Is that what it is? It probably is. I mean, I thought that's what Miss Sharon. I thought that's what hot dogs were. I don't know. Once in a blue moon, I would say maybe once a year, if that, Huckleberry, is that right? We would eat hot dogs. I eat like the Hebrew Nationals, it's like all beef or something, just because it's got more. I know a little bit more what's in it. You grew up in Mississippi. Well, I mean, there you go. Louisiana. Is KP still in here? In Louisiana, they'll eat about anything. All their crawfish and all their stuff. I know. Mississippi, I guess that too. Let me see. What Tracy? I missed something. Let me. Calm, eerie feeling. It's probably that. It may be that calm before the storm feeling. It probably is. I went out this morning and I was going to grab a couple things, and then I was like, I didn't know to grab certain things because this storm. If I thought, oh my gosh, if we get a storm and we just restock, I mean, we just got our freezer completely restocked and it's stocked like how we usually keep it from the butcher and all that. But there's a little bit of chaos out there, but there's still, I think it's the calm before the storm. Maybe it's that waiting, that quiet. Everybody's waiting. I don't know, but it was crazy when I went into town. I went over to Publix and parked way away from the last time we were there is when we got hit. But there's still, I reported this, maybe it was on Sunday. Was it last Sunday chat or before, or some other live I did? I don't know. But I said, there's no turkeys anywhere. Still, there are no turkeys anywhere. Are y'all seeing turkeys? And I had a good friend of mine. She's down south of me. And she said, I went out and she's like, there are no turkeys in an hour radius of us. There's no turkeys. I don't know if that's everywhere or what that's about, but still, we usually see them by now. Homemade spam. I mean, I guess that's different than all the chemicals they put in. I mean, if I smell or see like Vienna sausages or spam or something like that, I mean, it smells like chemicals. It does not smell like something that you could actually eat. I don't know about that butterfly garden. I don't know. I don't know. I would hope not. We're going to pray for them if so. Slim Jims. We used to eat Slim Jims in the 80s. You remember that? I haven't in a long time. But yeah. Oh, you're working, Tracy? I understand. I'm always listening on my phone and not in chat. Thistle Moon. Oh, yeah, you eat both. Yeah, see, Shady, I do eat the Hebrew. But I mean, maybe like once a year we'll eat that. And we're here and we always had, a house full of kiddos and us, and the way to afford, we just always pretty much cooked. That's from scratch. We just cooked stuff. And thank God, my grandmothers and everything, I had that. Time seems a bit slower. Maybe it's this time change also. Ugh, I hate it. Why are we still doing this? I thought we were going to get rid of it. But yeah. Yeah. People from Louisiana, and I don't mean that in a pick on kind of way. They will. That's what I'm saying. There's people down there in the bayou and all that stuff down in Louisiana. They're going to survive because they will eat. They know how to cook everything that is around them, no matter what it is. Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. I don't really like hot dogs either. We just don't do that one. Yes, I know about the storm. I'm just done. I am just done. And hurricanes don't bother me, but I'm just okay. Like, okay, this is our time. You had your time, hurricane season. Now go on. I have my opinions about that. I don't know. So are you finding turkeys? I don't know. Lots of turkeys in Michigan. Is it in the South? They don't have turkeys in the South? 88 cents a pound, Walmart turkeys. See, I don't know. We haven't seen any. We have 2 different Walmarts, 2 different towns. We don't have it. Publix doesn't have them. We were looking all over. Not like scrambling. I mean, I can wait. And also, I didn't know if I was going to lose power if this storm comes. Yeah, I keep on waiting. I mean, for years. And if you were with me and Just Josh for so long, we kept saying I think it's going to be a domino effect. It's not going to be just, only this is going on. And the timing, because of selection and everything here, I think it's going to be over in the Middle East. There's going to be stuff here. It's going to be China, Taiwan. It's going to be Russia and Ukraine. It's going to be Civil War 2.0 over here. I just think that it's going to be a domino effect. It's going to be, but they want that. They want that. I don't know. Did y'all see? And I cannot think of where I saw it. I saw it a couple places. They were moving certain high ups in elite. They were moving them away, maybe in the bunkers. I don't know. They were moving them before Tuesday, mostly this weekend. Whatever. Week. We all down here surviving and doing our thing, and they got to go hide. Casey, I was not a macho man in the 80s. Slim Jims. I do remember. Our commercials were better back then than they are now. Right? You're in New York, Colleen. Okay. You're not eating Slim Jims. No, we don't eat. I haven't eaten Slim Jims since I was, I don't know, teenager. I just haven't. Yeah, Katrina. Oh, yeah, it messes up all the animals. When I worked in the ER, usually it was spring forward, not the fallback. It was the spring forward. It always, I was talking to Jeremy about this earlier, TT1. I was like, it's always, we would see an increase in like heart attacks and stuff that would come in. And it's something about, it just messes up people's clocks, and it's stressful on the body, especially older people. We would see an increase, especially spring forward. I don't know why we're still doing this. I mean, if they can just stop at any time. I don't know. They say they have, it's this whole big thing that they have to do if they're going to stop it. No, you don't. No, you don't. We're going to stop. Okay. There's plenty of other states that don't do it in the United States. Yeah. He used to live in New Orleans. See, I just don't know about that. Okay, Dusty. I'm probably way behind on chat. They're probably already long gone. It looks like it. I appreciate all my replay gang people. I appreciate you guys tremendously. I do have a good amount of replay on this. Oh, real. $1.09 a pound. Yeah, wimps. Absolutely. I know I'm behind. These people are gone. I'm sorry. Shady, take care. Don't work too hard. Oh yeah. So chickens and stuff. No turkeys. My little turkeys we had bought since we moved here. They all they didn't make it. Chickens, ducks, I've never had anything like that pass. Baby turkeys, they're hit and miss sometimes. They just didn't do well. Let's see. A lot of our stuff that we buy at Ridge Runner, because I try to stock up ahead of time, like that same thing. I try to do that, especially coming into a year and, different holidays, you get them. When we lost our stuff from when Helene came through and we didn't have power for a week, we lost, and then our generator messed up. That's how it goes. If it's not one thing, it's 10 other. But the house was standing and none of us were hurt. So I was grateful we lost everything. Everything. I mean, we were stocked and ready. But anyways, I think I'm caught up. Drain it. I don't know. I think I messed up, Nancy. Jelly beans. Yeah. Well, this generation, this past generation wasn't. They're eating the Tide Pods and everything. We have the warning labels we have on things now is because, anyways, sometimes you just got to let things play out and filter out some things. I know that's so cool for me to say that. But anyways, I do want to bring up before I forget, because I see it on my paper. In our community, I can say this because she said it before on her stuff. And if y'all didn't see our live, I did with Coffee First, then Speak. If you're not subscribed to her, go subscribe to her. Wonderful. She's just a sweet soul. She did have surgery last Thursday. It went great. She's in recovery. So please continue to pray for Coffee first as she's recovering as well. And there's a lot of people in our community, and we don't have to know everything that goes on with people. It's not everybody's business and putting things out in public. Let's just pray for people in our community. Lots of different things going on. And even, I mean, it's just, thank you, Miss Sharon. Go subscribe to Coffee First. She's just a sweet soul. But, you know, there's a lot of people in our community that have things going on. And the stress of the world, on top of everything, this is just such a crazy year, crazy time of year. Everything's starting to unfold. People have things going on, and we don't always know. And that's why this is a big thing I'm saying. You know, be kind. Be kind. And if you ever have somebody just pops up in your head or lays on your heart for some reason, you may have no idea why. You don't have to know why. God knows why. Just pray for that person. Okay. And then somebody would just say, hey, you may see them in a chat, or you may not have anything to do with YouTube somewhere, and say, hey, could y'all pray for me? Or I could really use some prayer or something. Just pray for those people, because, you know, that is what is going to get most of us through everything we're going through and things to come more than anything else. And, you know, I say it all the time. We have enough of the bad guys against us that are high up. We don't need that within our communities. We don't need that. You can put your differences aside and be kind and to each other and pray for each other. You don't have to be best friends with people. You can have different views on everything. Okay, don't discuss that or whatever. But truly, you know, I keep telling people, I said, stop tearing each other apart down here, because it's going to take all of us to win what's, you know, standing up to things. I'll leave it at that before I get shut down. But there's just a lot. There's a lot of people who have things going on that people just need prayers. I mean, it doesn't cost you anything, but it can move mountains. Do what now, Tiger? I have to post on my phone because your channel won't show off. I post from my. I wonder why. I mean, I've been seeing your things. Are you only doing it from your phone? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that's a your end or my end thing. Sorry about that. Inconvenience. Bridge runner. Oh, Maine. Yeah, y'all get some weather up there. I guess the lines and stuff freeze. Is that what happens? The heaviness and stuff with the snow. Yeah, that was the first time we've had that happen. But again, there's a first time for everything. And sometimes that's what I say. I said it when I went over everything that went on with that storm, is personal shifts and stuff like that. They are not, and even big, when shift happens, everything, there's going to be a lot of things that are going to be unexpected. It's not going to play out how you thought it was going to. It's not going to happen how you thought it was going to, and the things are going to come up. Things are just going to come up. So, you know, you got to roll with it. That's just how it goes. Coffee. I mean, Tiger, I'm sorry. I'm reading something and doing yours. I will be praying you don't. I will be praying about that. Truly. Absolutely. PT1. That's awesome. Yeah, do that. Get that. There was something, maybe some of y'all saw, there was something about they were trying to discourage people, something about deer and turkey meat. They were telling people basically that it was dangerous. There was an issue about not doing it. Yeah, because again, they're trying to take away, because what people do, especially this time of year, they're deer hunting. Turkey season's very short when you do that, but they do it. And they say, no, don't do that. You know, eat our lab meat, whatever. I guess eat Vienna sausages and Spam before you eat the lab meat. There. Are my Spam and Vienna sausage people happy with that one? Truly. That is weird, Tiger. There must be. I have no idea what would cause that. I've never heard of that. Huh. I don't know. I have no idea, but I'm not very tech savvy. I don't. No, see, now, Rabbit, you said you had a friend that was going on. Now, I will get in chats. It happened in TT once Friday night. It's happened twice when over in Hudson Valleys. that thing will pop up and the chat will go away, and it's that little ninja guy, and it's like, there's nothing to see here. It says some little thing. It'll go completely out and it won't come back. And a lot of times it'll do it when I go to type something, the chat will go away. The video, everything's still playing, audio is fine, but that will go away, and I have to close that out or back out of the live and come back. And sometimes it'll just do that. I've had that happen, but I've never had what you're saying. That's weird, but yeah, I mean, there's that zombie deer thing, that wasting syndrome they've talked about for years on and off in different places. I've heard all about that. Again, I have my opinions on all that. I don't know, maybe it's the environmental poisons or whatever. I don't know. That's my thing. Growing up in rural areas, people all around us, that was a way of life every year, sustainable. That's a big part of their diet and how they ate. And they haven't ever seen it. And I'm talking about hunters all around us that we know personally. I've never had one come in North Carolina or here. I've never had one that said they came across it. Because they said when you're going to butcher that, you can see, like when you're going to go dress it or anything, you can see that how meat looks. I haven't met anyone that said they've seen it. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm saying it's not this, like how they're saying the numbers aren't matching. Yeah, see, that the Vienna sausages will win for that, I guess. If I didn't have anything else, I guess I would have to. They are always playing games. We are always jumping through hoops and dodging things over here on YouTube nonstop. And it is no clear cut line of what it is, and it changes all the time. It's a full-time job to keep up with their nonsense. And most of the time I don't know. And a lot of times I go and say, Miss Sharon, do you know what's going on with this? What's going on? And she'll let me know that YouTube's moving a lot of furniture around and there's these changes. And every time they do changes or updates or anything, there ends up being glitches and problems. So, yep. See, I don't see a lot of people, they're not seeing it. Yep. See, a lot of people, they sustain themselves. I mean, that's just a part of life. Thankfully, we are extremely rural and surrounded by woods everywhere, and we have a ton of wildlife constantly in our yard and all around us. That's good to have when things may, go south and you don't have to have the ability to go places. I don't know. But they always do that. They always, I'm just going to put this right here on the screen. Yes. I don't know. People ask me all the time, been speaking of him, the bug guy, that they said, do you think they're going to really hold his feet to the fire? Something's going to happen. And I say, probably not. It's too powerful. The other countries are kind of going after him. I don't think so. Just the same thing that nothing happened to, what's the little guy during the illness? Fauci, that guy. Nothing happened. Nothing has happened. Yeah. So, exactly. You gotta do what you gotta do to survive. Again, I talk about all these things. A lot of the things that are first going to go, that are first going to go, we're going to have problems with, that are going to go down, and that is going to be taken away. Strip whatever they do with the grid, all that type of stuff, are first world problems. Yes, we're accustomed to it. Yes, it makes our life easier. Yes, that's all we know how, and we have to learn different skills or whatever if you're completely dependent on things. That's going to go first. But so much of that lifestyle thing, all that stripped away, is how it's always been. Our grandparents and our ancestors and everything, and they survived without those things. And it can be done. It can be done. And I think that's the people is you can't, that's what the thing is, mastering staying calm and keep your focus right. When we've been saying this for, years, even if you're new to this, is practice those skills, whatever the skills are, without convenience things, skills, something so basic. You better be practicing those skills now this whole time. If you're brand new, practice them now until you are forced to, because a lot of it doesn't always go as planned. It's not as easy as it looks on TV and different things. And I say it all the time, I'll never stop saying it, is have hard copies for knowledge, know-how, skills, on and on, what to do. Have your hard copies, have your books, print things off, write them down, whatever you got to do, because all of this, you're not going to just be able to jump on it like, oh, I'm going to watch a, how-to video about something. That's not going to be like that, because I think that's going to be make or break for a lot of people. Yeah, no, it's a playbook, in my opinion, but what do I know? Just like all the other playbooks, they have to tell us, oh, there was a movie. I think, I don't know, it may have came out this past year. I saw something on it earlier. And the guy was talking about they have to tell us. And it was about these people that basically left. They're not in civilization anymore. And they were in these bunkers. And there was people who were left out of the bunkers. And then this one girl, she kind of escaped. I've never seen the movie. I think it's on Prime is what it said. And if y'all know what I'm talking about, put it down there. And she like comes out and she's finding these people and like, oh, and they thought, oh, we thought these people were gone. Yeah, TT1. Okay, I'm gonna get over here and get squirrel. But yeah, storing up seeds if you haven't, because look, some seasons things. I'm trying to look up this movie I'm talking to y'all about. It seems to be just like I said, the garlic completely ignored it. Forgot I put it in these 2 different pots. It went great. Other things, you can nourish the environment, how the climate and everything is going that year. It will be the struggle bus the whole season, and it just happens like that. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'm going to tell you what this movie is because I just want to know if it's something worth watching. Because again, I know everybody waiting on that. The Fallout. It's called Fallout. Have y'all seen that? It's called Fallout. I guess it's on Prime. I don't know if it kind of looked a little cheesy and stuff. Some of them are just like, but they'll tell you things. They have to tell us. I'm hoping that book will be out soon. Fish sticks. I will announce on here. For when it comes. But I don't know. I never seen, but we don't watch a lot of movies. I saw this video came out. This guy was talking about it. He's like, oh, they have to always tell us. And it was strange because a lot of things they've been talking about were like, oh, these kind of 15-minute cities and these people, these elite were in these bunkers and been down there for so long and they're emerging. I don't know. That was the gist of it. Yeah, it's not. There's so many things. If you're soil pH, there's so many things that can cause a problem. I haven't seen it either. Rampant. But I don't know if it's worth watching or not. I don't know. Most of the stuff like that. What was that movie? I can't even remember what the movie was. It was really stupid, but it just was not a good movie. But it was the one that the Obamas did. I'm totally drawing a blank on it. And then the next one that came out was, and that one was the first one. It was really dumb. We rented that one to see it, and it was ridiculous. But then there were things like, oh, there was symbolism and things they were because they have to tell us. So you're like, okay, let me kind of take note of this. And then the next one that came out was the Civil War one. And then I had a lot of people that are like, it's so bad. And so we never even watched that one. That's probably why I didn't see this Fallout one. I didn't pay any attention to it. But I don't know. We'll see. Oh, that's another thing. You try about seeds. If you're new to doing it or starting or doing stuff, well, anything that you can collect your own seeds, that's wonderful. But make sure you get heirloom seeds because they make so many of them now that's it. Doesn't matter if you collect them out of the fruits that you get from that, they're not going to do anything. And be careful where you get your seeds. Speaking of, seeds, I still use, Buckeye seed. Jan Dorn, I get all of my stuff from her. I've never had a single issue with anything she's ever sent me. That's where I get mine, because nowhere you're getting your seeds. A lot of these seed bank type places, you can buy, people stack up on them, and then I've heard people, they say none of them took. You talking to me? No, it's called Fallout is the movie. If you're talking to me, I had never heard of it. I saw it today. Like, I saw it like a couple hours before I came on here, and I was like, "What is this?" Some guy, he was talking about the whole thing, how they have to tell us, and he went over like the trailers of it, and he was playing it, talking. I thought it was interesting because a lot of it's fitting. Again, they let us know. Thank you, Miss Sharon. Yeah, Jan is wonderful. She's wonderful. She's just a sweet woman, and she has everything. And if she doesn't, she usually can find it. And I've never ever had a problem with my seeds from her, ever. Yeah, that movie. It's called The Fallout. They say it's on Prime. I'll have to look into it more to see if it's worth watching or not. Most movies are not worth watching. It's just a bunch of nonsense, in my opinion. But we don't watch we're just not in front of the TV a lot. Happen to be on YouTube enough. That's enough for my, my sitting there watching stuff. We're busy. We're busy all the time, or something's going on, or we're doing something. Play a lot of games with all our kiddos and stuff like that. Our grown ones too. That's just what we do. Farm life stuff. Hey, Johnny. Waters. Good. I'm good. How are you? I'm about to wrap up soon. Start cooking dinner. Doing all those type of things. You doing all right up there? Anything else you guys have? And yes, I will say this. People still will email me and say, "Can I please ask you, are you still, taking prayers and stuff like that?" And I say, yes, you're welcome to email me. I will pray for you. I do not give out that information ever. I do not, speak of anything like that. You're welcome to. What bed? I don't know what you're talking about, Tiger. Bees. Oh, our bees are great. We still have them, all of them, out there. There's a certain time of season you start coming in, you don't take a bunch of their honey because they need stuff to survive through the winter. But it's so warm still. I don't know if Huckleberry's still in here, if he's going to take one of the back hives, if he's going to get any. I don't know if he's going to get any honey out of that one before winter gets here or not. I'm not sure, but they're doing great. Just doing their bee things. But we do things. We do things in a natural manner, and his hives are in a natural manner. They're not the standard hives like when the first ones he started. We don't use those at all anymore. We don't use chemicals and stuff like that on ours. So we kind of let them just. He'll do things as far as like if there's any beetles or something like that, but they're just really healthy, and they're doing their own natural thing like they would in the wild. So, they are out there, but just in a made house, I guess. That is more to a natural hive, I guess. And we don't have, they're doing great, and they're wonderful for our garden. My fruit trees, the way they pollinate those, my citrus trees are absolutely full to the max with oranges and lemons right now. And the bees just pollinate them so well. Yes, yeah, evening tours. I'll be on that right after I get out of here and I put dinner on. That's how it goes. We don't get days off. If you have farm stuff, you don't get a day off. I don't care what's going on, the weather, or how you're feeling. That doesn't happen. It's freezing. I wish it was cold here. It's not. It's ridiculous warm. It's ridiculous warm for this time of year. Was it I'm behind on emails. Was it a PDF or a video one? Because I had two different ones about If not, I'll go check. Laura, I'll go check as soon as I get out there and make sure. Especially if I open anything and I don't tag it, that's how it'll get missed. I usually tag them so I know I start, so I know if that's the one you're talking about. Yeah, we've been putting up more raised beds. We do. I mean, they've worked well. Huckleberry's out there building some earlier. Okay, there you go. He's gonna wait till spring to do any more honey. Do harvest anymore. Yeah, we don't do any chemicals out here. And we don't have them out here spraying, so we're blessed in that way. I mean, sky above, but I mean, as far as like certain areas of Florida, they'll do crop dusting, and it'll go so far. We haven't had any of that. Oh, you don't like the wind? I like it when it's breezy and it's cooler. Depends, I guess, how bad the winds are. 25 degrees. Well, no, I mean, I didn't say that cold. I mean, I do have southern blood. I don't know. If I find it, I'll throw it on my community tab. I've never heard of it. It was called Fallout. From what that thing said, I've never seen it before. Oh, good luck on your bees, on Tiger. It's always a good adventure to get into. Have a great rest of your day, Sergeant. Yeah, next week. This coming week's going to be interesting. Yeah, I like the breeze as well. 50s, I don't remember what we were. What else? Hey, Apocalyptic Awakening. How are you? Good to see you, sir. I'm wrapping up. Where you been? But anyways, guys, I appreciate y'all. I'm going to go start dinner, and I'm going to go outside and do my evening chores because that's the way it goes. I appreciate you guys always being here. I'm praying for all of you. Remember, please don't be sitting there wringing your hands and living in fear and it's just stressing and frozen on things about what's coming on Tuesday. God is still in control. And I hope you are of faith that you have that comfort. But yeah, that time change. I know. Still do what you have to do. And we're going to get through this. Stay in prayer. That's all I have to say. I'm sure I'll be up here this week. I usually am. I'm somewhere. I'm not too far away. I appreciate you, mods. I appreciate you. I'm not going to say it. I always have the best chat. I have no nonsense over here. Y'all are so kind and loving towards each other. And I greatly appreciate it. So many people were praying for in our community. Keep doing the things. You're welcome to email me. Laura, I will go check that email and make sure that I saw the one you're talking about. My apologies. So everyone, have a great rest of your evening. Remember, fix your focus. Keep your head on the swivel, but don't live in fear. Okay? I'll see you guys next time. Y'all be blessed.